Good morning, welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday. It is May the 6th. We are here to May the 6th be with you, or the Revenge of the 6th, that's what it is. Hope you're having a good day. Let's do a check-in. Elena says, good morning, PK and Mary, and also Bobby. Well, hello, Elena. How are you doing? She says, I am good. Oh, good to hear. We are here to look at the new releases published this week in crime fiction and thrillers. The darker side, the grittier side, the thrillery side. On Mondays and Fridays, typically, we look at all the cozies because there's always a lot. Wednesdays, we look at the darker side. Quick announcements, I don't have any sprints tonight. Our next sprints are tomorrow night, Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Those we do every Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday afternoons. All right. So this is thrillers, crime fiction, procedurals. They don't really do procedurals anymore, do they? First up, now this one's interesting. I found this by accident. This is by Michael Crichton, who has passed. It's called A Murder in Hollywood. This was originally written in 1973, but it's never been published until now. The estate probably found it and said, yeah, let's make some more money. In the glitz and decadence of the 1970s Hollywood, an era when sex and drugs were readily available on any movie set, it still is, I'm sure. They're just, do they hide it? I don't know. The writer of the next Western blockbuster, Blood Rock, has just been found dead in his motel bathtub. Now publicist Harvey Jason is desperately trying to keep the project on track while the famed Harlow Perkins, a brilliant and ruthless investigator, begins to unravel the mystery and hunt the killer down. From scorching hot desert locations to sleazy motel bars, the members of the cast and crew, each one with a very dark secret of their own, will send this case deeper and deeper into a maze of confusion and shadows until the shocking truth is revealed. Will the murderer be found? Well, they just said the shocking truth is revealed. Or will the true identity of the killer turn out to be just another Hollywood illusion? No, I'm sure they solve it. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I found it by accident. It wasn't on my usual site that I check out. Good morning, Mary. She says, good morning, PK, Elena, and everyone. Happy Wednesday. Let the thrills begin. Indeed. Or the grit. You did the Friends of the Library yesterday, didn't you? How did that go? The Cheating Side by J. Reuben Appelman. From the cheating side of Boise in Garden City, where Idahoans hide their dirtiest secrets, empty nesting private investigator Jimmy Chinden is tracking a stolen 1961 Impala when he follows a column of smoke into the sagebrush to discover the vehicle on fire and with a body in the trunk. The victim is a reviled swindler who Jimmy suspects murdered his mother after bilking her out of the no-tell motel she owned. The body's discovery awakens generational demons and sets off a chain of dark events as Jimmy's theft case turns into a murder investigation, threatening to upend a land deal worth millions and putting Jimmy's family at risk as North Idaho white supremacists and their drug cartel associates come gunning for them, etc. And then it's Blurbridge. I had to throw that in, didn't they? Of course. Oh, Stuart McBride has a new one. Needed more coffee. And The Corpse War Tartan by Stuart McBride. The great and the not so good are gathered at Skirivor Castle Hotel in the heart of the Highlands for the wedding of the year, but they weren't expecting Detective Sergeant Roberta Steele to crash their party and get horribly, horribly drunk. The whole valley's been cut off by a massive thunderstorm, and the phone lines are down, so when the father of the bride's body is discovered decoratively impaled on a stag's head in the hotel lobby, it's up to D.S. Steele to find out who done it, which isn't easy when you've got a monstrous hangover and only a world-weary sergeant and a half-wit police constable for backup. With no witnesses and every wedding guest a suspect, Roberta will need to use every one of her little gray cells if she's going to catch the killer and get out of there alive. Doesn't say if it's part of a series. Oh, and another oh dear. Lost in Yellowstone, a national park mystery. By Nicole Maggie. When a human foot is ejected from a geyser in Yellowstone National Park, which happens, Special Agent Emmy Hellewell and the National Park Service is assigned the chilling case. Tasked with identifying the victim, it's usually a park worker or a stupid tourist, and uncovering what led to such a grisly end, Emmy is drawn into the park's vast, unforgiving wilderness. They all pretty much have cameras. And into the orbit of a private school for at-risk teens where extreme backcountry excursions are part of the curriculum. As disturbing truths begin to surface, Emmy must also confront personal fault lines, including the unresolved tension with an ex-boyfriend who's suddenly back in her life and assigned to the same case. In a place where danger hides behind natural beauty and good intentions can mask darker motives, Emmy must navigate both treacherous terrain and emotional landmines to solve a mystery that could cost her everything. I will tell you that I'm a couple hours from Yellowstone National Park. Depends on which way you drive. Yes, they're called Turons, and there are people who are idiots standing next to buffalo for photos, putting their kids on the back of buffaloes. In fact, I think we've already had our first encounter. Buffaloes always win. I'm sorry. And yes, we do keep score. End of that row. There's a whole website devoted to keeping score. And we like it. Mary says, it was quiet yesterday at the Friends of the Library bookstore, but did have a nice chat with a lovely woman from New Orleans. She lives there, but visits her daughter here in Virginia about twice a year. Oh, how nice. I think that was New Orleans. Nola? Don't be so cocky, PK. You don't know everything. Liar's Creek by Matt Goldman. Riverwood, Minnesota is a scenic town threaded with trout streams carving their way through limestone bluffs, but beneath its picturesque facade, danger runs rampant. Clay Hawkins isn't a stranger to the secrets of his hometown. After 20 years away, Clay has recently returned home from abroad with his 12-year-old son, and his relationship with his father, the recently replaced sheriff, is as strained as ever. But when Clay's beloved uncle disappears, the 3 generations of Hawkinses must overturn every stone in Riverwood and confront deep familial wounds to find the one person who brings them together. As danger looms, Clay worries that it might be too late to save his uncle and that the rest of the family might be next. There's not a whole lot today. I should slow down. There wasn't a whole lot in general this week. Mary says people have no idea how big a buffalo is or how fast they are and how disagreeable they can be when riled. Absolutely. You know, there's people who think this is like a petting zoo. Truly. People are stupid. Or go walking off the boardwalk. There's a reason you're not supposed to walk off the boardwalk. You can die. It's not always stable. Or stick a finger in a geyser. Yeah, do that. Ugh, people are stupid. Mary says, you were right, New Orleans. All right. Wasn't sure. It's early. It's early in the morning. I Spy by L.M. Kemp. Kendall Carter is out in the cold, and she wouldn't have it any other way. It's been 4 years since her daughter Rosie was born, and Kendall has kept her miles away from the danger of her former life as a spy. But when their hiding place is discovered, Kendall is forced to turn to old contacts for help. Her longtime friend and ex-handler Rico doesn't miss his chance to pull his best spy back in. Whisking them to London, Rico offers them a luxury safe house in an area with good schools. How can Kendall resist? But there's a catch, of course. Rico wants Kendall to come back to work for his espionage agency, Bon Temps. He's offering an assignment with no apparent downside, investigating one of the dads at Rosie's new school who works at one of London's biggest, murkiest tech firms and suspected of being up to no good. It should be easy enough for someone with her experience, and luckily, Mother is the perfect cover. However, which reminds me of City Spies. However, it doesn't take long for Kendall to realize that Rico's got an agenda of his own. No, really, he's a spy. The tech firm may be dealing in darker and more deadly secrets than they all realize. Plus, the world of coffee mornings and playdates comes with its own web of allegiances and betrayals. Kendall soon finds herself in way too deep. I would put that in my spy versus spy options. Which reminds me, I'm sad that, was it last year? Cajun would remember. We read a couple of good retired, quote unquote, retired spy books by Cindy Dees, and then she can't write them anymore because she got bought and, was in, not production, but being worked up. So she can't write anymore, which is sad. Plus, it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. Hidden in Lies by Vivica Sten, translated by Marlene Delargy. Oh, this one. I think this is from Sweden, maybe? And I don't know how to pronounce this. I looked it up. I couldn't find it because it kept getting mistaken for the word R. Is R, was, were. But on a Friday I'm just going to say R, 6 university students arrive for a week of skiing and partying. By Sunday morning, only 5 are alive. The body of their friend Philippa is found in the brutally cold outdoors, showing no signs of assault. It's as if the barefoot young woman just curled up in a snowdrift to die, or somebody locked her out. It appears to be a tragic misfortune, and Detective Inspectors Hannah Allander and Daniel Lindskog, both at turning points in their personal lives, aren't anxious to get involved. But Hannah can't ignore her gut instinct. This is no accident. This is another murder in R. Philippa's best friend Olivia has her suspicions too, but who among her tight-knit clique was the last to see Philippa alive? As one by one the friends are pitted against each other, another crime rocks the resort. For Hannah and Daniel, it's a race against time to separate the truth from the lies before someone else dies. That's Detective Inspectors to you. What? There's no impending storm? How dare they leave that out? Mary says, supposed to rain here today, keeping fingers crossed that it really does. Oh, yes. We need the rain so badly we are under wildfire alerts yesterday to give you the picture. Oh, yeah. Somebody needs to go do rain dances. A whole bunch of you. Go out. Do you have to dance naked in that one? 5 by Ilana Bannister. Wouldn't it be cool to have a series that counted down instead of counted up? Somebody write that. This is by Ilana Bannister. Have you ever tried to pass the time by imagining the lives of the stranger standing next to you? Ilana Bannister's 5 introduces readers to 5 seemingly random people waiting for a train. But these are not just any 5 people. From the beginning we know that one of them is going to die soon, very soon. In 5 minutes the next train to London will arrive, killing one of them. But before this happens, you will learn their stories. I don't want to. None of these people are saints. Readers might fall in love with a beautiful young man who is on the verge of gambling his life away. They may pity the cantankerous old woman who has fallen to the ground yet is refusing help. Perhaps readers will look away from the child throwing a tantrum. Is that one of the 5? Or judge his mother, who must surely be to blame, and some will be curiously compelled by the successful and damaged businessman orbiting them all. These are the candidates for this morning's misfortune, but they don't know it. Only you know. And you, our complicit reader, I'm not complicit, will not be able to resist deciding who deserves to walk away. If I don't read it, it's not going to happen. And who deserves only 5 more minutes to live. It says, an incredibly original novel that breaks the 4th wall and asks the reader to be judge, jury, and executioner. Well, let's take a look. We've got time. Chapters are by person and time. There's our train schedule. Oh well. Last one. I told you, there's not very many today. And then there's weeks where there's too many. We have to do drive-bys. City on Fire by Simon Elegant. Now that is a fun name. Hong Kong is a city ablaze, its streets filled with protesters, its government in crisis, its people torn between rage and fear of what defiance might cost. At the center stands Superintendent Killian Tong, once a rising star in the police, now disgraced and haunted by a tragic accident at a protest. Exiled to a remote post, Killian is called back when a dismembered body is uncovered in a landfill. The gruesome murder could be his path to redemption if he can withstand mounting pressure from superiors, desperate to bury the truth, and even more dangerous fractures within his own family. His beloved younger sister June refuses to speak to him, devoting herself to the protest movement. Once inseparable, the siblings now face each other across barricades, June's fierce commitment pulling her closer to arrest and ruin. As Killian follows the murder trail into Hong Kong's highest corridors of power, he must confront not only the city's corruption, but the searing question at his heart. When politics ignites a family war, can love survive the flames? An interesting, cover. As I say, we've got time. Let's look at it. Isn't that funny? Holy moly. The epigraph, what is that? And if we burn, you burn with us. They're quoting a book, the Hunger Games book. Unofficial motto adopted by the protesters in Hong Kong. Looks like easy reading words. You can sometimes tell how a book reads by the words they use. We all do it. We all judge. Look at that. There's only 9. That's sad. Well, and then on Monday, Friday, we're not going backwards. Let's see how many we have left here. I think we ended there. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah. Only 18 on Friday. I mean, look at that. That's all there was for Monday. Last week we had like over 50. They're slacking. Well, I might check out a couple of those just to see if they are interesting, but right now, let's see if it will let me. I'm reading 3 right now. Still in the middle of the Carla Simpson, I believe. Oh, there we go. It is book number 11. Deadly Curse in the Angus Brody and Michaela Forsyth series. If you love the Veronica Speedwell, this is your next series in between book releases. Highly recommend it. I'm also reading the advanced reading copy of Death at a Scottish Halloween by Lucy Connolly. Lucy Connolly has 3 different series going right now: Scottish, Irish, and Welsh. They're all good. She writes very well. That was through NetGalley. I have that. And then this is my scavenger hunt pick. Ms. Mia and the Murder at Grand Island Hotel. I'm liking it. I think there's 3 books out now. What really caught my eye, cozies these days are about 120 pages. So they've rarely cracked, well, some, the bigger names crack 200 pages and go into the 300s. But a lot of the Kindle Unlimited and stuff are like under 150. This one is 521 pages. I love chunky books. And I'm liking it. And the world building is cool. And so yeah, that's my scavenger hunt spring on the cover choice. So reading those 3. I'm still working on the baby blanket. Be nice if I can get that done this week. Mary says that is slim pickings for that genre. It is. Like a little lull, and then like next week there's gonna be 80. I mean, who knows? I think they should be a little bit more consistent. I'm just saying. Alrighty, that is it for today. I'm gonna turn off the alarm so it doesn't startle me. Hope you have a good Wednesday. Be safe. Praying for rain for Mary, everybody. But good vibes. Rain down there in Virginia. We've been in the 50s the last couple of days, but we're going back up again. It was in the 70s over the weekend, so we're, going back up again. And we haven't had a lot of rain either, so some places are getting too much, and we are not getting enough. Alrighty, thank you. Hope to see you Friday. If I don't, have a good weekend. Have a good evening tonight. I don't have sprints. Our next ones are tomorrow night. And read good books. And as the banner is about to say, as I'm rambling, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Mary says, thanks so much. Nice to see you. And Elena, have a good day and see you Friday. Absolutely. Thank you. Don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.